Satisfaction of search. Okay, it's like a big problem. Like for those of you who are new to radiology, I'm sure you've heard of this. Once you found something, your brain like tends to like switch off. It's like, all right, I found it. Like I got the abnormality. Let's cruise on to the next case. Complete your search pattern. Okay, like go through it. Like do the right thing. Like go through everything. We used to say that like at the VA, like if you found 2 malignancies, like you're missing the third one. And that's use that maxim like as you're looking through. Okay, look at everything. Just because you found the hemorrhage or whatever doesn't mean the patient doesn't have a tumor somewhere else. So use that like as you go through. I have a little case here. This is my personal case. I was like on the neuroradiology service, and I had like one of these short calls like you guys have here, where you're like on call from like 5 to midnight or whatever. So this guy comes in. So he had a right frontal astrocytoma that like got radiated. And so some of this is like up here is like related to that astrocytoma resection. But he gets this head CT, and he's got some blood in his ventricle. He's got some blood like in the basal cisterns here, some blood like in this left Sylvian fissure here. So of course the next step happens, like he gets a CTA. And I'm like reading this CTA, and these are some MIPS from the CTA. And just a couple of images here. I was looking, and I was like, wow, this is not normal. There's like this tangle of vessels up here. There's like too many vessels like in the Sylvian fissure here. I'm like, this is totally like an AVM. So I make my report. I'm like, he's got an intracranial hemorrhage. He's got an AVM, like, bam, next case. And then, so I make a report. I was pretty proud of myself. I was like, man, this is a cool case. Like, I like it. And I was really surprised. And the next morning, he's like getting prepped for his aneurysm coiling. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Like, I don't remember having an aneurysm case last night. And if you look, these are like not great, but I'll have like the 3D one. If you look there, right here, there's like a little bit something that isn't supposed to be there. This little outpouching off of the ACOM there. I'll show you the 3D. Here it is. I mean, it's hard to see when you're not scrolling through. Like these CTAs are very dependent on being able to scroll through. There's a little ACOM aneurysm here. The 3D is like going to make it especially. Yeah, there it is right there. Like you got an ACOM aneurysm right there, and you should have known, right? Like the patient did have an AVM. I mean, that's a real finding. AVMs can bleed. Like that's perfectly possible. But what he really had was an ACOM aneurysm that had ruptured. And the real clue there is that this blood is all down here and the AVM is all up here. If this AVM ruptured, there should be more blood out there. The reality is there, I saw the AVM and just was like, man, this is cool. Like I'm doing a great job. This is awesome. Here's his aneurysm, like it got coiled and like the patient was fine. But yeah, I mean, follow your search pattern. Here's another case. This is an abdomen case, like just because, I don't know, some of the things I missed were abdomen cases. This was like a 65-year-old guy. He had, abdominal symptoms, no real white count. He's got all these other problems. This study also got done at 5:50 in the morning, so that's going to be my excuse. So like on a CT, I started finding things. He's got like some mitral annular calcifications. He's got like a hepatic nodule. He's got this ridiculous like AAA with like all this thrombus in it. He's got some renal cysts. He's got a bladder mass. I was like, man, this is like good stuff. His hip looks terrible. So I was like, man, this is great. Like I found like all these findings. Like I'm doing pretty good. I didn't really see the appendix, and I don't know. Sometimes like you just don't see the appendix. So I said like, oh, there's no appendicitis. I was pretty happy with myself, like yet again. So I was like really surprised when I saw a report the next day that said that guy had appendicitis. I'll show you guys like the actual images now. If you look here, there's like a bright phlebolymph. It looks like a light bulb. And then it's sort of difficult to see, like probably from where you guys are, but there's like a distended appendix. It's huge. It's like more than a centimeter. There's not much like inflammatory stranding around it. And that's sort of like what kind of threw me off there. And I found like all those other things. Here you can see it a little better. I mean, here you can see the cecum, you can see the appendicolith, and you can see the appendix. I think I just thought it was the ileum or something, and maybe there was a, I don't know, bright pill fragment or something in there. That appendix was huge. So they called the patient back, and his white count like wasn't that bad. They kind of thought like maybe this was chronic appendicitis since there wasn't like much weren't many inflammatory changes there. And surgery was like looking for any reason not to do surgery on that guy with all of that other stuff. They did not want to take like a giant AAA guy to the OR. So they gave him some antibiotics and he was fine. But the reality is, like, you can get distracted by all this other stuff. Keep following your search pattern. I should have looked harder for the appendix. That's kind of another thing. Like, look hard for the appendix, like on every case. There's seen many examples of people not finding the appendix, and then it ended up being ending up being abnormal. The other thing is, if you're feeling like happy with yourself, you're like, man, I found this AVM. Slow down and make sure you're not like missing the boat, because you can be missing like some abnormality.